Hello. So hopefully we are live. Just trying to see here. I'm missing a video connection here. All right, there we go. So welcome to this video. We are again discussing the diaphragmatic breath. So this is part 3 of a sequence of videos. If you haven't watched part 1, part 2, then go ahead and check out my live videos and watch those first before maybe continuing on with this live video. But by all means, if you want to stay here and see how this works for you today and just jump right in, then that is definitely an option. We're just layering things on here with the diaphragmatic breath. And so I'm coming to you live from the Union Movement. It's a movement studio here in 100 Mile House, BC, where I am from. And it's where I teach my group classes. The owner, Kate, she has some awesome movement classes going on, other movement classes going on at the studio as well, aerial yoga, Zumba. And then I'm kind of the yoga therapist that is here to offer classes live online as well as in person. So if you'd like to just try out a class, you can go to my Facebook page or Instagram bio to click the link and sign up for an online class. If you can't show up live, then you will still get a link after where you can download that video and actually keep it for as long as you want as well. So here I am coming to you from the Union Movement. It's a beautiful fall day here in 100 Mile House, and we're going to talk about and practice the diaphragmatic breath. And so the diaphragmatic breath is it's often discounted, and it's one of those things that I think I've talked about before. It kind of makes me a little bit angry that we're not taught how to connect or how to really breathe in a way that's optimal for our health. We're told to breathe, and maybe certain styles of breathing for different exercises, but even on a day-to-day basis, we want to understand, are we breathing mouth breathing? Are we reverse breathing? These types of breathing can cause issues or dis-ease in the body. So the first thing we want to do is nose breathe. So let's do that together. We'll inhale through our nose and exhale out of our mouth. It's called a cleansing breath. You're getting a little extra bonus here today. So inhale through your nose, exhale out of your mouth. It's a really releasing breath. Inhale through your nose, exhale out of your mouth. You can kind of open your mouth like you're fogging up a mirror. One more time. So that can be a really nice one, just to kind of come into the moment and release any energy that you could be holding on to. So the diaphragmatic breath, I've put a link in the comments where you can actually go and watch how the diaphragm moves in your body. And I think this is really important because we don't often realize that we might be working against our body or working against our diaphragm in the way that it wants to support us. So the first couple videos we talked about how on the inhale, your diaphragm is like a dome shape that sits in your, I'm just going to see if I can turn this down a little bit. So you can see So it sits in your rib cage, and it's a dome shape. So when you inhale, it actually contracts and flattens out and moves out of the rib cage, making space for air. And then when you exhale, it domes back up and relaxes into the rib cage. Inhale, it flattens out. Exhale, it comes back up and in. So see if you can breathe, trying to relate to your diaphragm with me now, just for a few seconds here. Noticing how the diaphragm contracts and moves down, the rest of your body expands and relaxes. And then the exhale, it relaxes back up into the rib cage. And so it's a really good idea, if you're not really understanding this or feeling it in your body, to visualize it. So go to that link in the comments and check it out. It's a YouTube video that shows the 3D visual of the diaphragm moving in your body. And then practice that with a nose breath in and out of your nose. Imagining, even if you can't feel it, how your diaphragm is moving. Okay, we're going to add a little bit more onto that, but first I want to talk a little bit about how, this diaphragmatic breath, it is a really foundational part of connecting back into yourself, to your center, and then being able to offer yourself what you need from that place of connection. So for all my ladies out there who are struggling with chronic pain, and you are trying everything just like I did. I went through numerous doctors, diagnoses, medications, therapists, all sorts. And I have many a story to tell about how that did not support me. There were some that did, for sure, and I think that's still great where they can come in as a support. But essentially for me, when I was struggling with chronic pain and trauma, because trauma is really what is leading to the pain in the body, we're not letting that trauma release or letting it go, I didn't have any way to address it. And yoga and yoga therapy, especially yoga therapy, were the one thing that I was able to really look at myself as a whole, as an entire human, not just physically what's happening in my body, but there's so many other layers, our mental and emotional layers, what's happening, that's energy that's moving through us or getting stuck, our energetic layer, so our breath, our diaphragmatic breath is our energy, it's our vital life force energy, or prana, which is known in yoga as your vital life force energy, and it was getting stuck in me. And so it wasn't until I started doing yoga therapy with the mental, emotional, energetic, spiritual, and intellectual layers all being addressed as one, and then bringing in all of the supports. And one of the main supports needed when you're going through something like that as well is a support system of like-minded people, of people who resonate with you, of people who cheer you on. And so the program that I developed online for women who are struggling with chronic pain, women over 40, who have tried everything and they're still unable to kind of figure out what it is, they're still hurting, it's debilitating, they're getting to the point where they're hopeless, helpless, they feel guilty because they can't go out and do anything. These things were all me. And so if that's you, I resonate with that. I understand that. And so I developed this program for you. And it's a 3 to 9 month program. I developed it in a way that you could finish it in 3 months if you were really gung-ho and had lots of energy, but keeping in mind that most of us with chronic pain do not necessarily have a lot of energy. So you've got 9 months, it's built with step-by-step instructions, it's foundational, and it builds on, it's a modular system that builds, and then you've got an ability to connect with us weekly with other like-minded people. There's a Facebook group that has all the supports in it that you could possibly need. So anyways, if this is you, if this is something that you're struggling with and you just don't know where else to turn, then this program, you can do it from the comfort of your own home, and you'll have a community to cheer you on. So go ahead into the comments. You'll also see there's a link for a breakthrough pain call where you can connect with me, and even if you're unsure, we can figure out whether this program is meant for you. And at the very least, you'll get free 45 minutes of one-on-one time with me where I can help you figure out your next steps. Whether your next step is to move into the program or not, we can get you on the right track. So go ahead and go to that link and book your breakthrough pain call. I've opened up my schedule and I've got a few times a week that you could come in. So it is limited availability. So book your call with me. And you'll learn about the diaphragmatic breath and many other breathing exercises that you can bring in to support yourself. So let's go back to the diaphragmatic breath and practice it together for a couple minutes. I have a strap here. So what I'm going to do is put it around my waist. And if you don't have a strap, maybe you've got a tie at home. Or you can even just use your hands to really, the idea here is to really feel how the diaphragm is moving in a three-dimensional way in your body. So our breath doesn't just move in the front of our body, it moves three-dimensionally. So it moves in the back body, in the sides of the body. So I'm tightening the strap around kind of my rib cage here. Okay. So you can bring the backs of your hands to your rib cage to feel the edge of your rib cage while you practice this, just to notice the breath move on the sides of the body. And you want to have a long spine. Make sure that you're seated with your feet either flat on the floor, or if you're seated on the floor, that you're rooting down, you're connected to the earth. Relaxing your shoulders. You could lay down to do this on your back with your feet, your knees bent and your feet on the floor. And then we want to notice with the inhale through the nose, this expansion from side to side and back to front. And then with the exhale, a contraction or like a gathering in of your rib cage, all the way around three-dimensionally. Simply inhaling and exhaling through the nose if that's possible for you. Feeling the expansion on the inhale and then that gathering to your center on the exhale. That's your center, your source, your place of power. And then let's visualize now the diaphragm actually moving as you're breathing. So with the inhale, I don't know if you can remember, but I'll put the dome of the diaphragm here. Inhale, the diaphragm contracts to move down. Exhale, the diaphragm relaxes to move back up in to the rib cage. Softening other areas of your body if you feel they're kind of holding on or gripping, maybe the face. Notice your toes or your fingers. As you explore the diaphragm moving in your body. So continue to practice with that. If you'd like, you can practice it. I would suggest practicing it maybe for 2 to 5 minutes to start, up to 3 times a day, just to really connect to how your diaphragm moves. If it's not moving the way that you would think it would move, you can start to train your body to allow your diaphragm to move in the most optimal way to support you as you move through your day. So that's the end of this video on the diaphragmatic breath. Watch for more videos in the future. We're going to be talking a little bit about the transverse abdominis and how that supports you and in relationship with the diaphragmatic breath. And don't forget to sign up for your breakthrough pain call with me for 45 minutes of my undivided attention, and it's free to you to figure out how to get to the next step of overcoming your chronic pain. Okay, well, thank you for watching, and bye for now.